Let's talk about Matt Gaetz. This is a fun video for me because it's positive. It's something that's, we're not complaining about something. We're actually talking about a good man that loves our country, that knows what the American people want, and he's a fighter, and he's going to not take it. And he's showing it to Kevin McCarthy. He's like, I'm not taking this. We have to go after it and do these policies and not approve this bill because it's not for the American people. And he's passionate about it, and you got to love it. Now, Kevin, the jury was out for many years. I'd watch him and I'd be like, he's not really being real. I can tell he's not being real. But as Speaker of the House, he just caved. And, you can sit there and guess what he's caving to, but he definitely didn't have any courage, I'll say. I won't say anything about a basketball or anything. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, guys. But Matt gets it, and he's got my endorsement, What else can I say? Let's listen, or let's watch Matt deal with Kevin McCarthy on the House floor. Actually, Kevin walks up to him. Check this out. Now, we can't really hear what they're saying. It's a lot of murmuring stuff, but you can see, look at the hand gestures. You see him going back and forth. Kevin's not happy. He's trying to confront Matt. Matt's not taking it. They're going back and forth. He's giving him a lot of crap. And you can listen to the chatter. And then, boom, what's he do? He starts walking away. You can tell he's kind of dejected. He's not happy. And he comes back. So Matt must have been saying something loud enough. Again, we're totally guessing what was going on there because he didn't get picked up on a hot mic or anything. But he goes back to confront him again. He's pissed. And then turns around and leaves again, kind of dejected. I feel for the man. I don't like to see people get defeated. And I take no pleasure in celebrating someone going through a struggle. Even my enemies, you're supposed to love your enemies, which is always a challenge, but it's time. It was time for him to go. I'm going to interject really quick, and I don't normally do this, but I'm doing a shout out for Lane. Lane has been a great support to MustangMedic on Telegram's MustangMedic Digital Soldiers. Lane, I appreciate you. I thank you. This is my first shout out, so I hope you're honored. But know that there's a number of people that have been very supportive of this endeavor, and also why I went through the dark times. Most of them want to remain anonymous because, being a friend of mine can be dangerous. Lane, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Appreciate you. Now listen to Matt talking to the press about getting rid of McCarthy. This is pretty impressive. And it's also a good view of what it's like to be, in the Senate or in the Congress, and what it's like to be swarmed by people. This is probably a citizen journalist shooting this thing. Check it out.
We heard McCarthy say that he wanted us to bring it on, so I guess we did.
When I spoke with you yesterday before you introduced the
Hold on 1 second.
When I talked with you yesterday before you introduced the motion, you didn't sound confident that you would have the votes. Now you do. What does that tell you about where your confidence is at?
What it tells me is that you're very poor at reading confidence.
You said you...
If you want to share, like, and subscribe, that always supports us. And if you want to support us financially too, you can go to realmustangmedic.com. Back to the video.
We're going to succeed.
So you have paralyzed the House of Representatives today. To whose benefit? People have called you a narcissist. People say that is to your benefit alone. Is it to the benefit of you and to Donald Trump?
It's the benefit of this country that we have a better Speaker of the House than Kevin McCarthy. Kevin McCarthy couldn't keep his word. He made an agreement in January regarding the way Washington would work, and he violated that agreement. We are $33 trillion in debt. We are facing $2.2 trillion annual deficits. We face a de-dollarization globally that will crush Americans, working class Americans. Kevin McCarthy is a feature of the swamp. He has risen to power by collecting special interest money and redistributing that money in exchange for favors. We are breaking the fever now, and we should elect a speaker who's better.
You said last night that Steve Scalise was a name that you floated to potentially be speaker. Where do things stand right now? If not McCarthy, then who?
Well, the stages of grief, I think, are in progress right now with some of my colleagues. I think there was a stage of denial, and I've certainly experienced a good amount of their anger, and now we appear to be headed toward bargaining. I think the world of Steve Scalise. I think he'd make a phenomenal speaker.
Are you afraid of getting expelled?
Are you afraid of getting expelled?
I'm afraid of $33 trillion in debt crushing the working people in my district. I'm afraid of the dollar losing its status as the global reserve currency. If they want to expel me, let me know when they have the vote.
Congressman Gaetz, at this point, we've got less than 45 days left before you have to pass a budget for something that you've been wanting to do. Doesn't this just completely paralyze the House? I mean, we could see 15 more rounds.
I don't think we will. I think Kevin McCarthy should take a hint. After 15 ballots to become Speaker, after 8 months of a failed speakership, and after removal in this historic manner, I think we should move on and find somebody else. What's paralyzed the House of Representatives has been the failure of Speaker McCarthy. What paralyzed the House of Representatives was not taking up appropriations bills. We left for a 6-week vacation while the appropriations process hung in the balance. And because I forced these people to take a few votes, you think I'm paralyzing the House of Representatives? I think the House of Representatives has been paralyzed for the last several decades as we've refused to pass a budget, as we've governed by continuing resolution and omnibus bill. So I think that this represents the ripping off of the Band-Aid, and that's what we need to do to get back on track.
Congressman Gaetz, 200 Republicans.
Congressman Gaetz, what do you say to your colleagues who argue you don't have another name right now? You don't have someone else who could get 218 votes. What do you tell those colleagues?
Well, I would tell them that for certain, Kevin McCarthy can't get 218 votes, so let's try the next person.
Congressman, you be okay with McHenry? You're the pro tem, obviously.
There would have to be a real meeting of the minds there.
Congressman Gaetz, how do you pass something if there's
I'm sorry, someone else,
200
you've had a question. I was going to let somebody else ask a question.
Are you going to ask for a guarantee from whoever is floated as a candidate for the next speaker for them to actually move the appropriations process along in a speed that satisfies you?
Yes.
Congressman Gaetz,
So will you be putting yourself forward for the speakership? Absolutely not. I have no desire to be speaker.
Represents what you have.
how do you pass
What's that?
something
What's
if
your
you
question?
don't have 200 Republicans?
I think he handled it well. He's very patient with people. He got that guy back off of him. You know, he's just like, give me space, man. Give me space. And then I love the one-word answers. They'd say this long question. He'd be like, yes. I love that. I love clarity. It's all about clarity. Let's look at Matt on the floor of the House, and let's listen to what he says about the Speaker of the House this time.
On this very floor in January, the whole world witnessed a historic contest for House Speaker. I rise today to serve notice. Mr. Speaker, you are out of compliance with the agreement that allowed you to assume this role. The path forward for the House of Representatives is to either bring you into immediate total compliance or remove you pursuant to a motion to vacate the chair. We have had no vote on term limits or on balanced budgets as the agreement demanded and required. There's been no full release of the January 6 tapes. As you promised, there has been insufficient accountability for the Biden crime family, and instead of cutting spending to raise the debt limit, you relied on budgetary gimmicks and rescissions so that you ultimately ended up serving as the valet to underwrite Biden's debt and advance his spending agenda. Mr. Speaker, you boasted in January that we would use the power of the subpoena and the power of the purse. But here we are, 8 months later, and we haven't even sent the first subpoena to Hunter Biden. That's how you know that the rushed and somewhat rattled performance you just saw from the Speaker isn't real. At this point, during Democrat control over the House of Representatives, they had already brought in Don Jr. 3 times. And we haven't even sent the first subpoena to Hunter Biden. Power of the subpoena and power of the purse. Only thing the 118th Congress is known for at this point is electing Kevin McCarthy Speaker and underwriting Biden's debt. And unfortunately, there's only one of those things we can remediate at this time. Power of the purse. Our leadership right now is asking us to vote for a continuing resolution. A vote for a continuing resolution is a vote to continue the Green New Deal, a vote to continue inflationary spending, and in the most troubling of fashions, a vote for a continuing resolution is a vote to continue the election interference of Jack Smith. Mr. Speaker, we told you how to use the power of the purse. Individual, single-subject spending bills that would allow us to have specific review, programmatic analysis, and that would allow us to zero out the salaries of the bureaucrats who have broken bad, targeted President Trump, or cut sweetheart deals for Hunter Biden. September 30th is rapidly approaching, and you have not put us in a position to succeed. There is no way to pass all the individual appropriations bills now. And it's not like we didn't know when September 30th was going to show up on the calendar. I must be better. You must be better. And this House must be better, for it is the last best hope for tens of millions of Republicans. We demand...
See, he's not holding back. He's saying it like it is. We need to support people like this. I think he's got another year or two. He's been reelected like 3 times, or I might be thinking of Kennedy. But he's not up for election right away, but he's a fighter, and he's getting out there, and he's covering things. So I just, some of the stuff is old, but you know what? Look at the new Speaker of the House that came in. I'm very impressed with Mike. Check it out.
And I want to make this commitment to you, to my colleagues here and on the other side of the aisle as well. My office is going to be known for trust and transparency and accountability, for good stewardship of the people's treasure, for the honesty and integrity that is incumbent upon us, all of us, here in the People's House. Our system of government is not a perfect system. It's got a lot of challenges, but it is still the best one in the world, and we have an opportunity to preserve it. Last thing I'm going to say is a message to the rest of the world. They have been watching this drama play out for a few weeks. We've learned a lot of lessons, but you know what? Through adversity, it makes you stronger. And we want our allies around the world to know that this body of lawmakers is reporting again to our duty stations. Let the enemies of freedom around the world hear us loud and clear. The People's House is back in business. Thank you. Thank you. We will do our duty here. We will serve you well. We will govern well, and we'll make you proud in this institution again. We're going to fight every day to make sure that is true. I look forward to the days ahead. I genuinely believe in my heart that the best days of America are still ahead of us. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Of course I like him. He's a Christian man. I believe he's sincere, and my Holy Spirit tells me, yeah, this guy's for real. These people are for real. Kennedy, Gaetz, Mike, I can't remember Mike's last name right now. I'm blanking on it. It's underneath here. There, I put it there. Let's listen to one more thing from Matt's show on Rumble, and listen to him calling out a fellow Republican. I love this guy. I love this guy. That's the thing with the Republican Party. They'll go at it with each other, and then the Democrats are just like, yes, Nancy, whatever you want me to do, Nancy. Yes, Adam Schiff's a great guy. Yes, he's totally telling the truth, Nancy. That's right. We love Adam Schiff. We love Adam Schiff. That's my imitation of a Democrat. All right, so let's go and let's listen to Matt's show one more time and listen to him calling out a fellow Republican. Gotta love it.
We get a report from the Calvin Coolidge Project that Republican Senator and neoconservative Mark Wayne Mullen is meeting with folks to consider a discharge petition. And here's the report. Senator Mark Wayne Mullen has spoken to House lawmakers about a discharge petition. A discharge petition would bring the $95 billion overseas aid bill to a vote in the House of Representatives if Speaker Mike Johnson doesn't introduce it. So here is the real-time fisticuffs of this. You've got Mike Johnson taking the right position that we're not going to consider this crazy bill on the terms that the Senate has sent it over. And then you have Mark Wayne Mullen trying to encourage Republicans to go sign a discharge petition with Democrats to force this America Last bill forward. And Mark Wayne Mullen didn't even have the guts to vote for it. That's what's crazy about this. Mullen votes against the bill because he's afraid that his constituents in Oklahoma will know how he actually feels about these questions. And then he goes and tries to get some Republicans in the House to do an end run around Mike Johnson. I will fight against that. I will stand with Speaker Johnson to stop this terrible, unpaid for $95 billion aid bill, and I'm glad the Speaker is staying strong on that. Thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel with notifications turned on. You won't want to miss any of the breaking news.
So we need to celebrate these people. We need to celebrate the real people, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, Katie Lake, Matt Gaetz, John Kennedy. I'm starting to like some people. And what's interesting is as I go further and further and deeper digging into information before I do these videos, I'm learning a lot about individuals now. I'm focusing on, the Democrats, AOC and, the what is it, the tribe, or what are they called? The squad, they're kind of painful to watch and they're very predictable. But I'm starting to dissect who's good and who's bad. I mean, some of them are really obviously bad. AOC totally screwed over her district in New York and everything like that. Sorry for the French. But the good people tend to be overlooked because they're not getting the headlines. And we need to support them. We need to contact them. We need to activate. Again, I'm always going to be coming about a solution when I do these videos. I'm not going to be like complaining about something or isn't it great? La, 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 la. No, we got to contact our congressmen. We got to contact our Senate, tell them what we want, inundate them with information. We all do this. We got digital soldiers on Telegram with MustangMedic digital soldiers. You can go there on Telegram and join that group, that chat group. It's really quite amazing. It's being very positive and uplifting for the most part. And it's a place where you can talk openly, if you know what I mean. This is William Wieting. Grateful for you, grateful for today, and grateful for everybody that is here watching and caring and supporting us. I'm very grateful. Thank you. Let's talk about Matt Gaetz. And this is actually a fun interview. Let's talk about Matt Gaetz. And this is nice because it's actually an interview. I gotta stop saying interview. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, now I see.